How's it going, everybody? My cup of tea here, back to the reaction video. Now finally back with a new video. Yay, yay. So how's your guys' Christmas? Mine was pretty chill. I was just chilling the entire day. I didn't really go out anywhere. Now New Year's Eve, so that's New Year's, I'm gonna be going to my parents' place. That should be fun. That should be fun. But enough about that. Let's get on to watching some more videos before the new year of 2024 happens. So today we're gonna be watching something that I really want to check out because I am a gamer. I have played quite a bit of games this year, and the Game Awards happened I think like 2 or 3 weeks ago. That focused on like the highlights of gaming, but I want to take a look at some of the worst games that have came out in 2023 because oh man, there was some top tier, some peak gaming games that came out this year. You know, Baldur's Gate, Alan Wake, Spiderman, all that great stuff. But there's also some major stinkers that came out this year as well. So today we're going to be watching 10 games that sucked in 2023 by Gameranx. And off list, I'm not going to look at the description. I think I know some of the games right now. I know it's going to be Rise of King Kong or something like that. Skull Island, I think it was called. The day before was that scam game. I think it's called the day before, the day after. Who cares? It's going to be the Gollum game, which I almost forgot about. That was like early... Was it early 2023 or like middle 2023? Maybe Redfall. The Avatar game, not by Ubisoft. It's like from the cartoon show. That was bad. I saw some gameplay of that. That was horrible. This Walking Dead game that came out. This Last of Us ripoff that's on the Nintendo Switch, I think, that came out. Also horrible. That's 7 right now, right? That's 7. And I don't know if they will include this, but I'm gonna say they might put on Modern Warfare 3 the campaign, because I saw a gameplay. I saw what that entire campaign was. Oof. That's 8 so far. I can't think of 2 other games that might be on this list. But I only got to 8, so we're gonna stop it right there. Let's go into this video because I want to see what bad games came out this year.
What would you say
if
I told you I smoked mood cannabis with my dad?
Well, I'd
What?
say... What?
Oh, yeah, exactly. All right, we're done with this. All right. Gameranx.
2023 has been a...
Oh, side note, I have watched some of the videos in the past, like on my other channel. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that subscribe real quick because I know that they're good people. I know they had some good content out here. But all right, let's start this. Let's hear about these games.
2023 has been a monster year for gaming.
I forgot about Forspoken.
Some real monsters.
I don't know that would be on
doozies,
here,
if you will. And today we're going to talk about how mistakes have been made. Hi, folks, it's Falcon, and today on Gameranx, 10 games that sucked in 2023. We're going to start off with number 10, an obvious one that you will not be surprised by one bit. It's Skull Island.
No, not Skull Island.
Published by the appropriately titled Game Mill. I'm sure you realize this won't be the only Game Mill game we cover today. I probably didn't even need to say that, but same goes for just everything wrong with this game. You see it for about a second and you realize that, oh, this one's got problems. So besides being full of bugs and stuff, which that's pretty normal for games now, sadly, it's also not full of like basically anything else.
That looks
this
horrible. That looks horrible.
You play as interchangeable members of the Kong family from time to time, which the way I worded that made it sound way more interesting than it is. It's got really, really bad graphics. It's one of those games where you can say, like, oh, hey, remember the Dreamcast and how it looks better than this? It proves that just pushing a decent amount of polygons, because I know that these Kong models have got more polygons than anything from the 90s, but it shows that doesn't matter.
Goodness.
It doesn't matter at all. There's got to be some flair, some style.
Has there ever been a good
design,
King Kong game? I don't know if there has been one.
Design, remember how we can't really tell if Kong is supposed to be big or small because there's big trees and little trees?
Yeah, you're tiny.
That indicate that he is a normal
What
gorilla.
What is this
scale,
combat?
and there's various things that indicate he is a large gorilla in scale. It is not consistent with its art design, which it's probably, you know, reused assets, which isn't automatically bad, but there's just nothing here. Like, there's some platforming elements. They're bad. There's some combat. It's, I guess, okay for about 5 or 6 seconds. Once you've cleared through that first enemy and gone on to the second, though, you know the extent of its
if you pay for this game, what were you thinking? What were you thinking?
Very short. It's 2-3 hours, and that'll be $40, please.
2 to 3 for $40.
That's I thought was I saw a lot of reviews that criticize the replay value on this game. And yeah, there is a lack of replay value, but like it's because it's a game that sucks. Why would you replay a game that sucks? I don't care what kinds of things they throw into the post game to keep you coming back.
Find a dinosaur.
I don't care if there is or isn't a post game.
You get to fight a dinosaur? Oh, there we go.
And it is.
It wasn't fighting back.
Bad. The one saving grace is that a lot of the Kong faces are beyond hilarious. I'm surprised they have not been bigger memes, honestly. And number 9 is The Day Before, which, I mean,
that should be higher. Before he goes into that, I think with the Rise of Kong or the King Kong game, I think the developers came out and saying we didn't have enough time to work on the game. I could be wrong about that, but it's like they had like less than a year to work on the game, or maybe a little bit over a year. So there was no way they could make like a full-fledged or a decent game for what they had to work with. I think that's what the story is. Now this game right here, no excuse. No excuse. I think it was like 3 years of hype. No excuse. Bad game. Very bad game. No shot they pop up.
And number 9 is The Day Before, which, I mean, we've talked about The Day Before. I would highly recommend you go to our videos about The Day Before
you can't even play it anymore.
Breakdown of the problems
online
here. But even when
they shut it down
to be going right for this game, I always had that spidey sense in the back of my head saying, you know, we do our big game roundups every month. Like, go back to that for the month, and you'll see that I'm kind of, well, it's coming out. Kind of surprised by that. But also, I don't know about this one. And that turned out to be very kind, very generous.
Builders are hyping this game up. They showed some trailer like 2 years ago.
Nervousness regarding this game. Like, where do you start? The technical problems? There's a ton of technical problems. But let's say there's no technical problems. The Day Before is still The Day Before. The gameplay mechanics, not good. It's an extraction shooter and not a good one. The shooting is not fun. The extraction,
fight a whole 2 zombies.
Got a bad user interface. The shooting doesn't feel particularly good in terms of feedback, and every once in a while you can find Gigantor. I know I said
what the heck is that?
There are no glitches. Okay. It's still The Day Before.
Okay.
I'm just gonna say this is probably the best part of The Day Before. This is an all-time greatest glitch.
I got about a game
This
now.
is the game's identity as far as I'm concerned. It is in no way shocking that the company took the money and ran on this one.
Yeah, the studio shut down after this game.
And number 8 is The Walking Dead Destiny.
Oh, there's Walking Dead.
It's Game Mill.
More zombies. Oh, they made this the game too?
More than one Game Mill game.
Crazy.
It's almost like they were just churning them things out indiscriminately. Like some kind of mill for games. In terms of complexity, I do have to say there's a lot more going on in The Walking Dead Destinies than there is in Kong.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
That doesn't mean it's good, though. This is a very repetitive game. They throw in a bunch of these wonky, goofy little decision systems at you to make it seem like there's a story. And to be fair, you can use it to do some interesting things, but it also kind of doesn't have particularly real consequences. Like if you don't kill a character that's, killed in the main story,
stiff
and
animation.
End up filling up some other character's role later, rather than being, somehow a new story branch where different things happen. Combat's bad.
Why are the Walking Dead games usually bad? If it's not Telltale. I can't think of another. I know like the Walking Dead from Overkill. That was bad. I think there's a VR Walking Dead game. I think that was okay. I'm not sure. But Walking Dead games, they don't have a good rep right now.
Maybe a little better than Kong, but not by virtue of it feeling better. In terms of the melee, I think Skull Island feels a little bit better.
Are you just surviving headshots?
However,
sure.
This has firearms.
Sure, human.
Firearms are they a respite for a few moments until you realize that they don't get better. Then they're just kind of dull. The AI's bad. The graphics are bad. The performance, weirdly enough, despite the simplicity of the graphics, is also bad. Oh, you know what else is bad?
Floor zombie, all right.
And I'm not just talking about how
those aren't cutscenes; those are PowerPoint scenes.
I'm talking about how bad they are.
Those are PowerPoints.
Sometimes laughably bad. The lack of animation certainly contributes to that, but they're not acted well. They're very awkward. And then you
Mortal Kombat might be on here for the
so
Switch.
There's no actual action for the most part. I mean, a couple of scenes are weirdly animated, but most aren't. Oh yeah, and smoke is the same thing as grass.
Okay.
Stealth.
All right.
It's easy to criticize games for making tall grass essentially an invincibility thing, but smoke is much weirder as that, and they got it here as that. And number 7 is Redfall. All right. So now we're starting to get into our...
I tried playing Redfall when it first came out on the Game Pass with my friend. We did like the prologue mission, and all of a sudden my screen went to black. Like I could still move around, but I couldn't see anything. I could hear my friend. I can like shoot my gun, but my screen was black. It was just completely black. I couldn't pause the game. I couldn't do nothing. I'm like, oh, okay, I think I'm done. I think I'm done trying out this game. You even played for a full hour, and I already got like a huge bug.
Are legitimate disappointments.
Hopefully
Redfall a
Blade
game that
is
Arcane
better. Hopefully
Studios
Blade is better
clearly
when it
didn't
ever
want to
comes
make.
out.
And I called it. There's a few like deep dives out there now.
I think it's a
about
different studio
the
who
creation
is
of
making
this
Blade.
game, and it ended up
should be
with a
good.
lot of people just leaving the studio straight up. It has
Dang.
irrevocably changed the makeup of
Dude, that looks
Arcane
good right there.
Studios
That little
odds.
water thing. That looks
They
cool.
are no longer the developers behind. You see, what this
Dishonored.
thing is some suit said, hey, you got to make a live service game. All right? That's what you got to do. You're Arcane Studios. You made.
I'm sorry for the noise. I guess this car outside wanted to play this music for the whole apartment to hear. I guess, sure. Thank you, car outside. That was loud. We're just gonna keep it moving. We're just gonna keep it moving.
Dishonored. You made Prey. You made Deathloop. You guys are friggin' amazing.
I gotta
If
try
you
out
make a
Deathloop.
live service game, it'll be infinite money for us forever. And they were like, all right, let's come up with ideas for this. And they're like, okay, vampires in town. That's kind of cool. That
I
sounds
don't
kinda
like
cool.
live service
And then they
games.
realized really quickly that it was not possible for them to make the kind of game that they
Like
wanted to
Suicide
make.
Squad
It
coming
had to
out.
be a
If it
live
was just like a
service game.
co-op game,
so basically,
not
morale
live
was
service,
really
maybe
bad,
would have
and
something
a lot
there.
of people left. The result is this empty mapped, weird combat, bad AI muck game. Like, from time to time, there's something cool in it. Like, the vampires I like. They got pretty decent designs. I guess that's kind of it.
Okay.
Like, I really don't remember a lot of other good stuff. This game, it's sad that it sucks, because honestly, it could have been really cool.
Yeah, it could have been cool.
Designed as an arcane game, but, you know.
Oh, vampires hunting down, shooting.
'Twas
with your
nighttime
friends.
in Pine Mountain.
That would have been a cool concept right there. But they didn't stick the landing. They did not stick it at all.
Of traditions to
We are
Rudolph
past
and Santa.
Christmas. Skip
You
this
made all
now.
And number 6 is Wanted Dead, a game that has a little bit more mixed
Dead?
of a reception
What is this?
than some of the games we have
Okay,
discussed
I mean,
up to this
doesn't
point.
look too
Kind
bad.
of a throwback action game. Goofy as hell. This is one of those games that, like, I find it hard to hate. It sucks, like, hard, but I kind
Okay.
of love it too. It is firmly set in that so bad it's good area.
Okay,
Everything
okay.
about this is
Yeah, it doesn't look too
great.
bad compared to the other, like,
In
four we
terms of
saw.
gameplay, there's some all right stuff in the combat. It's pretty repetitive though, and
Yeah, just
there's
like just
elements of it
mash
like
buttons.
checkpoint placement and other weirdness that, well, they firmly stop it from being good. The story is frickin' bizarre. I mean, if there is a game that could have been directed by Tommy Wiseau,
I see the gameplay
Room
now. I see the
guy,
combat.
Oh boy, it's Wanted Dead. There's a weird charm to it, but it's very weird, and that charm does not come
This face says
from
it
like
all.
the fact that it's very well made at all, even a little. I don't know. In no way do I feel even a little bit weird about including this on a list of games that sucked. However, I also like it with a
Okay.
lot of obvious caveats.
I guess that was
Number
mindless
5
hacking
is Crime
fun and
Boss
shooting.
Rockay City.
Crime
a
Boss.
game
I didn't
that
mention
sold
that one.
itself on a star-studded cast, and yeah, that's about what it has going for it.
Yeah, that's
I'm not
it,
gonna
yeah,
lie
yeah.
and say it doesn't have at least somewhat of a unique charm to it. Maybe the kind of weirdness you expect from a cheap B movie. Not quite so bad it's good. It kind of knows what it is, and it embodies that in terms of its aesthetic choices. However, the game sucks. The AI for like regular enemies, for police.
It looks cool. The scene right here looks
it's
cool.
bad. And when I say
But, you know,
bad, I
playing
don't
it
just
is something
mean, like,
different than
it's
watching
weak. It is weak, but it often flat out does things that remind you, hey, there are games from 20 years ago that did AI like good. It's
bad
one of
AI,
those.
okay.
It's got that feeling to it. I mean, it basically tries to be this unique roguelike crime
Okay.
game, but it falls very short. When you have a game that just sucks, it doesn't really matter how fun and charming the celebrities are, and there are times when they're uniquely very much that. I mean, you
They
know,
put all the
Crime
money
Boss
on the
Rockay City
budget for
whole
the
time.
getting the
That's
actors
for
instead of the
sure.
game.
But everything else about it it sucks. Like, it looks like it should be like a Grand
That's
Theft
what I'm
Auto
assuming.
style game, right?
Yeah, it
and the
should, yeah.
marketing kind of leaned into that a little
It
bit.
did,
It's like,
yeah.
oh, Cyberpunk wasn't that first-person future neon Grand Theft Auto you expected it to be. So
Don't raise your
Crime Boss
eyebrows at
Rockay
me.
City. Except it's not even anything like that. It's just it's like a mission-based roguelike-ish game. And number 4 is Lord of the Rings Gollum.
There it is.
It certainly wasn't the
Gollum.
only high-profile game of the year that was so bad it caused the studio to close, but it's certainly
That's
the
right,
one
yeah.
that is set in
With their AI-generated apology, let's go Gollum! Chore
the
Simulator!
most beloved IP that no one wants to see ruined. Like, this is a game about Gollum, and it's not an action game, so you'd think, well, probably a good idea to explore the character of Gollum. You would think that, yes. That would be a thought. You're using your brain there. Yeah, it's not that. You got a real bad, buggy
They're playing music
crap
again
fest
outside, but
where nothing happens.
this was
You
bad.
don't
I saw
explore the
Charlie
character
play it
Gollum.
and some other people.
You're supposed to explore
God,
a bunch of really
horrible.
bland environments.
Horrible
a lot of
game.
bugs, a lot of technical problems. Don't really know what justified the length of the development cycle on this one. It very much feels like a game that was developed in about 8 months. And I'm talking like look, feel, objectives, AI, game loop. Like there's nothing that seems fleshed out or well done. There's a couple of like all right visual moments. Hooray. And number 3 is
bad,
Call of
so
Duty
bad.
Modern Warfare.
Oh,
3's
they did put Call of Duty on here. Let's go.
not the
I was right.
multiplayer. The multiplayer's actually pretty great.
People like
the
multiplayer.
It's
I'm not
fine.
touching Call of
And
Duty
there's
games.
aspects of
I'm not.
the
I'm done with
Call
that.
of Duty Modern Warfare 3 campaign that are nice. The production values are freaking incredible.
Now, if it does come on the Game Pass, because Activision or Microsoft did buy Activision, if it like they put the games in the Game Pass, then I will play like the newer Call of Duty games because I ain't about to pay $60 for to play these multiplayers that I don't really care for anymore. But a Game Pass, I want to play the old campaigns again. That'd be nice.
And in terms of the visuals, the animation,
Ooh, this campaign.
actor performances, just everything about it looks, feels, and presents very well. But I mean, there's 2 prongs to what's wrong with this campaign. First off, it's very linear, and I am not somebody who normally criticizes linear as a problem. When a studio
very
decides to
short.
go linear, it usually means they're going to use the resources to make the best possible linear progression of events they can. And that's not what happened here, at least outside of production values. It's kind of just dull, uninspired, doesn't have a lot of depth, very simple narrative, weirdly simple narrative, honestly. And then the second prong is the gameplay mechanics are pretty muddled. A lot of the time, you're kind of feeling like you're supposed to
Playing
choose
Warzone.
between stealth and combat, and you're not really sure what you're supposed to do, and not in an open-ended way. Like I said, this game is very linear. If like either was,
I think it's
a
like
good
3.5
choice,
hours long, the
this probably
campaign.
would be the same kind of a problem. But
Shortest
it's not
campaign in
like
history
that.
for Call of Duty.
You are supposed to do one of them, and it's almost never clear which one. I mean, it's just like in terms of gameplay, it's not cohesive at all, and in terms of narrative, it is not that interesting. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful game. It's just very, very clear that that's where the effort went.
Oh, no, you didn't even mention about the... I guess I want to spoil it. No, I'm going to spoil it for you guys. It had a cliffhanger ending. Last mission, cliffhanger ending. You're like, what happened? And then they killed somebody off, and no one reacted in that moment. I'm like, you just killed off a fan favorite. Well, I guess in this reboot. A fan favorite. No one reacted. They're like, what? What? And then the bad guy gets away because a train just passes by. And you're like, we can't chase him. It's... Oh, pain. I don't know why I'm mad at it. It was just so stupid. So stupid. Play the old Call of Duty Modern for campaigns if you want a good story. That was bad.
And number 2 is Forspoken.
Modern for 2.5.
A game that has
Oh,
a
they put
mechanic
Forspoken
that's
on here?
awesome.
Wow.
They have this really
I didn't expect
cool
that.
way of traversing a map. It's
I didn't play it. My
fluid,
friends did.
cool
Definitely
way.
disappointing. I
don't
wouldn't think
know
it's
if I've ever
worse.
seen anything exactly like it. I've seen things in the area of it, but that's kind of where the positives end. I almost don't even understand why that's in the game. It doesn't really figure into.
I wasn't listening.
I've seen things and cool in a way. I don't know if I've ever seen anything exactly like it. I've seen things in the area of it, but that's kind of where the positives end. I almost don't even understand why that's in the game. It doesn't really figure into anything. It doesn't figure into the story. The traversal just doesn't matter to the character or the stakes that are established, which are supposedly significant but don't feel that way. I mean, so I kind of want to make this point. The lore of the world in Forspoken is actually kind of cool. But if you've
Okay.
ever seen like a movie with overly expository dialogue where they're just like constantly telling the viewer what's going on, that's what this game feels like. So it kind of squanders all that decent lore. Really squandered is probably the right word for Forspoken. They squandered a twist, squandered a parkour mechanic. Just a
That
lot of
parkour
squandering going
mechanic
on.
would have been good.
Also, the name Forspoken on the surface level sounds like a decent descriptor because the word means to cast a spell over or enchant. And you can actually apply that to the story in more than one way. Firstly, this woman from New York gets sucked into a dimension with magic. Secondly, she is bewitched by immoderate praise, another definition of forspeak. And that leads to the twist ultimately. But it's
I don't know about the twist. I didn't get that
is
far into
right
the
word.
game.
Squandered. That and holy hell, I am a millennial. But wow, am I tired of people talking like millennials. Or at least how millennials supposedly talk.
Oh, yeah,
all
the
this
dialogue was
poopy-ass
horrible.
dialogue, enough
People
of it.
hated dialogue
Stop.
in this
We
game.
don't really talk like that. What is
I
that?
just move shit
With my freaking mind.
And-
Okay, number 1, Avatar. Not Ubisoft, the cartoon one. Calling it right now, Avatar.
Finally, at number 1, it's Payday 3. This one is
Oh, wow. I didn't expect to put Payday 3 on there. I played Payday 3 quite a bit with my friends. I did not expect Payday 3 to be on here. I really thought it was going to be Avatar. Wow. I mean, when Payday 3 first launched, it sucked bad. Ooh, the pain. Ooh. I got on a Game Pass, but I was still angry. I'm like, ooh, I can't even play this game. I can't go online with my friends. I keep getting to network connections error or whatever, and you can't play offline either because they didn't put an offline system. So even if you do invite only or you can't play by yourself. You have to be connected to the internet in order to play by yourself if you want to. And then and you can't level up by just playing the game. You got complete challenges to level yourself up to get more skills and guns and whatnot. You can't just complete heists to level up like in Payday 2. It's like, nah, complete these challenge systems. I don't want to, and most of them are like going loud, so if you go stealth, you just waste your time. I'm sorry, heated. I'm getting heated.
There's a lot
Let's
more
play the video.
painful to talk about
Let's
than
play the
any
video.
of the other ones, in my opinion.
I
The
was
rest
getting
of
heated
them
there.
are, well, some of them are disappointing, but most of them are very obviously what they are. Payday 3, on the other hand, is a big improvement in gunplay and stealth. In terms of gameplay, it's the most enjoyable Payday game yet. It's great. The combat it's a lot more fun. The stealth.
I don't think
is
I
a
would put
lot
Payday
more
3 on here, though.
fluid.
I would
It
put
feels
Avatar
more
over Payday 3
flexible.
on here.
I mean, there's a lot of good to talk about, but the problem is, at least back when it launched, I
Okay,
don't
if you
really
count
know
launch,
exactly how
then
it's
yes,
going
it
right
counts.
now.
It counts if
But
it's
when it was
launched.
launched, there's some pretty bad AI issues. The mission objectives are pretty uninspired, and there's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of different heists. On top of that, there's a fair amount of technical jitters and weirdness.
Online connection.
But they came in
There it
addition
is.
to massive server issues.
There it is.
Like a lot of games launch with some bad server
Like
stuff.
3
but
days
it-
of just,
it
you can't
lasts
play with your
long
friends. You
beyond
can't
the
go
launch
online.
window. This is a game that, like, everything about it should be good, and as a basis for a game, it is good, but the fact that it's not everything it should be makes it suck. I am not ruling out the idea that this could one day not suck, and that is probably the only title on this list like that. In fact, it's even likely that one day Payday 3 will be good. It just ain't today. And
That's it.
that's
Give it
all
some
for
time.
today. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you like this video, click like. If you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. We upload brand new videos every day of the week. Best way to see them first is, of course, a subscription, so click subscribe. Don't forget to enable notifications, and as always, we thank you very much for watching this video. I'm Falcon. You can follow me on Twitter.
Yeah, Falcon.
We'll see you next time.
Okay,
right
thank
here
you
on
for the
Gameranx.
video. This was nice. There was some. Okay, let's mute that real quick. There was quite a bit of surprise games on here that I did not expect. Again, Payday 3, one of them, Forspoken. Did not expect that to be on here. I can see Forspoken being on here. Payday 3, I don't think it should be on here unless you count launch date, like when they first launched. And yes, it definitely deserves to be on here. I do think Avatar should be on here because I saw like Charlie play a little bit, Penguin play a little bit. It looked horrible. It felt horrible. I didn't even play the game. It just felt horrible to see. But yeah, everything else I think I agree with. You know, Day Before, King Kong, Gollum, Redfall. I can't think of other games right now. Yeah, they all deserve to be on here. But yeah, that was, according to Gameranx, 10 games that sucked in 2023. I definitely agree with majority of the picks here. Like I said, 2023, just overall, not even including games, has been a very interesting year. A lot of highs and a lot of lows. A lot of highs and a lot of lows. Like for gaming, like Baldur's Gate 3, the day after or before. Was this the same year that Volition, the people that made Saints Row, one of my favorite series, shut down? Did they shut down in 2023? Because I know in 2022, Saints Row the reboot, that game came out and it was horrible. And I think they shut down in this year. So I'll never get another Saints Row game again. Maybe it's for the better, I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna end it right here. I just wanna check out this video real quick because again, I am a gamer, I play a lot of games. And I just wanna see some of the games that, you know, did not meet expectations or failed in 2023. But yeah. Got some more videos I'm gonna check out. So yeah, hope you enjoyed my reaction and thank you for watching. My cup of tea is out of here. Deuces, y'all. That Payday 3, ooh man. I played a lot of Payday 2 back in like on the Xbox days when I was in high school / college, I think. My boys, my friends. Those some good times right there. Payday 3, rough start. I think I stopped playing it. I don't know. I might come back to it. I'm not. I'm not.